A wild woman and a wild girl walking through the forest in search of food. They have been surviving in the forest for many years. 8 years ago, the wild woman was captured by a psychopathic man. She killed him and found a teenage girl, Peggy, and a little girl, Darlene, in his house. The woman took them with her into the forest. After 8 years, Darlene has grown up and almost forgotten her past life. But their peaceful life in the forest comes to an end. The wild woman brings her adopted daughter to an ordinary human hospital. She sends the girl into the building alone, but Darlene doesn't have time to reach the entrance before she is hit by a car. Doctors put her on a medical gurney and take her for an examination, but Darlene soon comes to her senses and runs away. She moves on all fours like a wild animal and enters a room where a newborn baby lies. A doctor named Tony finds the girl and grabs her, taking her into the corridor before letting her go. He tries to explain to her that he won't harm her, and Darlene calms down. However, another doctor attacks from behind and injects her with medicine. Darlene falls asleep. Dr. Grant tells his colleague that the girl has no health problems. Tony asks what will happen to her when she wakes up, and Dr. Grant replies that she will live in a monastery. Tony protests, saying he doesn't like the idea. Recently, he and his boyfriend had wanted to adopt a child, but a priest from this monastery had refused them. In the evening, Darlene wakes up in the ward. She looks out the window and sees her foster mother outside. Meanwhile, the wild woman quickly sneaks up on a mindless man lying on a bench and kills him, taking his skin with her. Tony enters the girl's room and she attacks him, but he tries to show her she is safe. Tony attempts to talk to her, but Darlene may no longer remember English. He leaves the room and meets his boyfriend, hoping that one day they will have their own child. The next day, the bishop comes to the hospital. Dr. Grant explains the situation with the wild girl. The bishop looks in surprise at the innocent young girl who was not infected with the tamed virus. The doctor says she is completely harmless and does not speak. It is unknown how long she has been isolated from the modern world. At night, Tony brings food for Darlene. She eats meat like an animal. Tony looks at her and says he will miss her. The bishop thanks God for giving him such a beautiful girl and asks Sister Jennifer to help raise her. The next morning, Tony brings Darlene to the boarding house for girls and hopes everything will go well. The bishop plans to increase the popularity of the place by showing the incredible transformation of a wild girl into a normal person. Darlene meets the other girls in the boarding house. All of them have no parents and hope to be adopted someday. One girl advises Darlene that she must learn to speak, otherwise the bishop will be angry. Sister Jennifer takes Darlene with her. The bishop wants to record a video of the wild girl so that in the future people can compare and see the work he has done. Sister Jennifer enters the cage and begins to dirty Darlene's skin. Darlene becomes aggressive and attacks her, but the bishop finishes filming, enters the cage, and calms the girl down. "It's okay, I'm sorry. Sometimes doing the right thing isn't easy," he says. They take Darlene into a room. The bishop explains to Sister Jennifer that they have done nothing wrong. Darlene takes a shower and reminisces about the past. She remembers saving a young boy's life and sharing her first kiss. Meanwhile, the wild woman watches the hospital, thinking Darlene is still inside. The next day, Darlene attends her first lesson. One girl behaves inappropriately and Sister Jennifer removes her from class. The girl begs Sister Jennifer not to hand her over to the bishop, but she is forced to do so. During class, Darlene throws the Bible out the window and runs into the forest. All the nuns go in search of her. Meanwhile, the wild woman meets a policeman and attacks him, taking his gun and hiding his body in a trash can. She then goes to the hospital and kills first the doctor, then the clown. The woman meets Tony, who promises to help her find Darlene. They get into a car and hit the road. A girl named Billy goes into the forest to listen to music. Darlene walks up and sits next to her. Billy gives Darlene his earphones and turns on a song. After listening, Billy tells Darlene that she must return to the boarding house. Darlene agrees to go along. Meanwhile, the wild woman becomes scared of a police car and grows aggressive. She runs away and is later found by a homeless woman who brings her to a women's homeless camp. Sister Jennifer apologizes to Darlene and the girl begins to trust her. She notices a cookie on the table and takes it to bed with her. The cookie reminds her of her past life. From that day on, Darlene begins to learn to live like an ordinary person. She helps with cleaning, plays with the other girls, and eats well. Sister Jennifer teaches her to read. One day, Darlene feels unwell and again remembers the boy in the forest. In the evening, Sister Jennifer gives her candy, and Darlene begins to speak for the first time. She asks why God is punishing her. The next day, the bishop brings Darlene to his room. Darlene tells him that there is a devil inside her, but the bishop says that after baptism, God will cast the devil out. Darlene hugs the bishop, grateful that he has given her hope. Another normal day passes. At night, Darlene has a nightmare in which the bishop comes into her room and wounds her leg. The next morning, Tony visits Darlene to check on her. He warns that the wild woman is still looking for her and asks Darlene to tell him about her. Darlene explains that she had two sisters, Peggy and the dog, perhaps a nickname or mistranslation. The dog ran away, and when Peggy died, a demon emerged from her and killed her. Darlene is now afraid the demon will kill her too. The bishop asks Tony to leave, then takes Darlene to his room. He claims there is one last test and asks her to undress, intending to exploit her. But when Darlene removes her clothes, the bishop notices her stomach. She is pregnant. He angrily kicks her out and says he never wants to see her again. Billy tries to comfort Darlene, telling her it is just a baby, but Darlene fears she will die like her sister. During the baptism, Sister Jennifer realizes Darlene is pregnant. She confronts the bishop, judging him for abusing girls and assuming he caused Darlene's pregnancy. It is revealed that as a child, Jennifer was raped by the bishop along with many other girls, but he insists that Darlene is not pregnant from him. The wild woman continues searching for her adopted daughter. She goes into a store and picks up a baby carrier. During a conversation with the bishop, Darlene explains what happened to the boy in the forest. After conception, she ate part of him, and for the first time she feels she did something wrong. The bishop leaves in horror. On the day of communion, Darlene attempts to drink detergent in hopes of causing a miscarriage. Meanwhile, the wild woman finds a newspaper with Darlene's photo. Other women help her locate the boarding house. During communion, the bishop shows a video of a, quote, wild girl bragging about how he changed her life. Darlene approaches him but refuses to participate in the ceremony. Sister Jennifer stands up and publicly exposes the bishop as a rapist. Darlene bites his hand and eats a piece of his flesh, but she begins to feel sick and suffers from stomach pain. She goes into labor. At that moment, the wild woman arrives and kills the bishop. Tony helps deliver the baby, who was born healthy. The wild woman gives the child to Darlene, but she asks to take the baby away from everyone. The wild woman places the child in a carrier and carries it into the forest, disappearing forever. And this is where the film ends. If you want to find out, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next video.